Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to the final episode in my 12-week Christmas countdown series. This is episode 12 of 12. Today I have a upside down box to hold a chocolate bomb treat. I'm really loath to undo this ribbon because it's only one-sided and I'm going to have to do it up all over again. So I'll show you how the mechanics works afterwards. As you can see, it's an upside down box. So if it's a normal box, you'd have it this way up, wouldn't you? But it's upside down, so the smaller box fits over the top of the chocolate bomb, and the decorative piece is at the bottom and is slightly larger. So I've used the town stamp set because I wanted the sentiment fairly small. As you can see, the paper was just too pretty to cover up, so I wanted to keep that small. So I've used this stamp set called Shop the Town, and the Stylish Shapes dies. I think I used the second to smallest for my label. Tuxedo Black, Memento ink and Versamark ink. To colour in the people singing, I used Real Red Combo stamping blends, Balmy Blue, Crumb Cake, Lemon Lolly, the Regal Stampin' Right markers because there isn't a garden green stamping blend. Light Combo, which is the Skin Tones combo stamping blends, the Army Blue Sparkle Ribbon. This is from the Berry Christmas Suite on page 22. And then the online exclusives, the adhesive back assorted snowflakes. Basics embossing powder, I'm using the white one, and the Embossing Tools Additions Kit, and of course a heat tool with the UK plug. And the pattern papers I used are from the Walk in the Forest. Really pretty papers in them. This is actually the one I'm going to be using. There is a punch that will punch out these bears. Now, I don't have any measurements for the box, so you need 12 by 12 in garden green and just an A4 sheet. And we're going to be using this cutting up later for the matte layers, so I'll set that aside. And because this is 12 by 12, it doesn't matter which side you score. Score at 2 5/8, okay? And I want to measure the height of the box. So the height of the box is here. I'm going to make a pencil mark, and that's where I'm going to cut. So set that aside because we might need it later for cutting the matte layers and the little circle for the sentiment. Then wrap it round again, and you've only got a narrow strip there, so that will be your tab. So reinforce the sides. Then take the pair of scissors and cut off this section here. Cut that at an angle, and cut the top off at an angle as well from that tab. Now you want to cut up the sides. This is going to be a straight edge. fold these two sections up, the front of and back of the box, and then on these side panels you just want to cut a slight V. So now you can see how the box joins together. So you need to put adhesive on the outside of the flap, but I'm going to use tear and tape. And then remove the tape, put it on my box. This is the front. Wrap it round and then pop that on. So it's a nice snug fit. Turn it round, I want that at the back. And put the two sides in. Because it's an upside down box, you want to make sure that this is upright when you remove it. So it should go like this. So that's the front of the box. This flap goes last. When you put on the tear and tape for this tab, make sure that it's not going to glue it onto the actual treat itself. Make sure it's a little bit away from the edge. I'm going to trim off. I'm going to trim off a little bit here so that it will shut properly. And then put tear and tape on this side, remove that, pop that on. So now we want to do the front and side of the box, and we have to cut this in two pieces because it's not, the A4 sheet isn't big enough. So I'm going to crease it there. And I want it shorter than this box so you can see the inner box. And then wrap it round the side, like so. And also crease that. Okay, so that's the front and side of your box. And I'm just going to cut 1/2 inch from there. So align the score line at 1/2 inch. And that's going to be my tab, because I have to cut the two pieces of just the front and the side, because using an A4 sheet it's just not big enough. If I do it lengthways and wrap it all the way round, it will leave only about 1/8 of an inch for the tab, and that's not enough. So the trick is that I want the inner box to be exposed, so I'm just going to make that an inch shorter. So if you measure the height of the box, that's 4 inches. So if I score that at 3 inches, measure 2 5/8 from the score line, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 5/8. And then cut down. So that's my sides done. So there's my tab. That's the height of the box. Now you want your pieces to be joined together. So I'm going to put tear and tape. Whoops. So that's the top of my box. That's the front. Tear and tape on the bottom. This is the front. So you want that flap to go last. So now you're ready to put in matte layers on top. Now we want to measure our front, so that is 3 1/8. I think it's about 3 1/4 actually. 2 3/4. By 3. So we want 2 pieces at 2 3/4 by 3. So let's cut another strip. 2 3/4 by 3. So apply adhesive to the front and back pieces. And I want these side panels at 2 3/8 by the same height, which is 2 3/4. I shall glue these 2 side pieces on. Then you want the designer series paper to be 1/4 inch smaller than these, so that will work out at 2 3/4, 2 1/2. So you need 2 of those, and another piece at 2 1/2. Make sure these are upright and measure this one. Oh, sorry, I forgot to record it. So the side panels, 1/4 inch smaller, and that works out at 2 1/8 by 2 1/2 inches. So let's glue that to the front. Then you want to take the box off and then punch a hole in the sides for the ribbon. Sort of centre it by eye. And do the same on the opposite side. Because this is a one-sided ribbon, make sure that the underside of the ribbon is facing you. So thread it through. There's a stylus to help me poke it through. Make sure the ribbon is straight, okay? And then poke it through this one. That's the front chocolate bomb. Pop that through. Make sure that the ends are the same length. And now you can tie it. Pull the ribbon tight, like so. Now we can decorate the front and do my sentiment. So I only need a little bit. And stamp that in Versamark. Pour it back into the pot, like so. And recap it before you heat emboss it. And then use second to smallest circle die to die cut the sentiment out. I'll do that off camera. Pop the sentiment on the back with dimensionals and place it to the side. Bring in my scrap of basic white cardstock and stamp the family. Then I'll do a bit of colouring. I'm going to colour the hair in Lemon Lolly, the jumpers and trousers, real red, balmy blue or garden green, and I'll speed this up. So I'll just fussy cut this. I'll fussy cut my family, and then I've put dimensionals on the back, and then I can pop that on and add my adhesive back snowflakes. Pop one on the bottom here, a medium size one over here, and a large one on top here. And voila, there's your upside down chocolate bomb box. I hope you've enjoyed this final episode. It's such a lovely surprise to open it and find something nice inside. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me for my 2023 Countdown to Christmas series. I hope you've enjoyed all the projects, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.